Disclaimer. We are two regular guys who love to talk Bone Thugs and Harmony. We do not represent Bone Thugs or any Bone affiliate. We are also not Bone Thugs experts. The views and information you hear in this podcast may be based on personal opinion. Please feel free to leave corrections and clarifying information in the comments. And enjoy.
Straight off the motherfucking internet. Two true hosts talking about the double Glock. Cecil, Johnny. Kick that shit, Feenics.
Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrate. Upload in the videos every Thursday, so join us. Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrate. Upload in the videos every Thursday, so join us. Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrate. Upload in the videos every Thursday, so join us. Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrate. Upload in the videos every Thursday, so join us.
Now let's welcome to the doors back, folks, and get in the podcast.
Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. Once again, Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com. I am your host, Cecil West, with, of course, and this is your Thug Thursday. I've been loving it. I've been looking forward to this moment since we locked it in. I'm really excited. Tonight we got Blais. If you know Blais or you've been paying attention, you have seen that he has a brand new single with Bizzy Bone, YNTG. It's been tearing things up. It's the most exciting single I've seen come out from like a Bone member with just someone not connected to Bone in a long fucking time, man.
Same here, and it's been a huge response to that music video. I feel like I'm hoping everybody in the audience that listens to this has heard the single by now. If not, after the show, you definitely want to go check out YNTG. It's hot. It's got Bizzy Bone. It's everything. It's everything a Bone collabo should have been.
Yep, and I'll tell you, I'm sure we're gonna get into this with him, but I love. The quality of the song is great. The quality of the video is great. Not just visually, but like you can tell it's thought out. It's not just he didn't just stand in front of a couple, backdrops and have a video. This is a thought out great video. This is a thought out great song. It's a great production. Blais has really been pushing the Bizzy Bone thing hard. I've seen him, he's doing what you're supposed to do in this situation. He's like, okay, I got this feature. I got to blow this feature up, and I see him at the Sons of St. Clair, premieres. I see him doing shows. He's doing everything that you're supposed to do with that feature. So I'm excited to talk to him about it. Before we talk about Blais, he's going to call. I know, he's so pumped, bro. He's so pumped to call in. He's going to call in tonight. We're going to talk about him. He just wants to talk Bone Thugs with us, too. So it's going to be like 3 dope boys in the Cadillac tonight.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fun to have a guest to do some Bone talking.
Yeah. So I will say we picked that Faces of Death winner, and they still have not contacted me.
Wow.
So
what are we going to do about that?
Well, if we're recording this now, it's Tuesday. You guys are hearing this Thursday. So if you're hearing this right now, it means it's Thursday and it's past 7 o'clock Eastern time. So come Saturday, I'm going to pick our all lifelong winner on Friday. Come Saturday. So if I don't hear from you by the time I pick all lifelong, I'm picking a brand new winner Saturday morning. The 2nd. It'll be on the 2nd.
Wow. Someone has the chance to miss out on collecting on their Faces of Death.
Someone is about to miss out on a sealed fucking copy. An original, a 1995 yellow original sealed copy of Faces of Death. Someone's about to miss out. Hey, you guys now see the power of the subscription notification.
Yeah.
Get your notification. You could win. And dude, they don't know, but there's so many giveaways. I have people contacting me that want to give things away on the show because they love the show, they love the reaction from the fans, and they want to give you this stuff. I have so much stuff to give away. You guys don't want to miss out on your chance. Make sure, in addition to your subscription, that you turn notifications on so you're not sitting at home missing out on a sealed copy of Faces of Death.
And a question I've seen from a lot of the new people finding our show from the recent success is I see a lot of people asking, how do you win? And since they're new, they haven't heard. So Cecil, could you lay it on the audience one more time? How do you win all of these contests?
So unless it's a special contest, and we always tell you when the rules are different, but our monthly contest is very, very easy. All you have to do is subscribe to Beyond the Harmony and comment on videos from that month. So this month, you're going to be just commenting on any video in the month of May. And then come April 1st, we use all the videos from the month of May, and we pick a random video and then a random comment from that video. So, only one comment per video is going to count. You can comment all you want, but only one will count. So the best way to win is to make sure that you comment at least one time on every single video from that month. We also do giveaways at 500, which is why we're giving away Faces of Death. We hit 500 subscribers. We're doing one at 1,000. We're doing one at 1,500. And it's the same rules, except instead of it being just a video from that month, any video that we've ever done will count. Could you imagine how many videos we're going to have by the time we hit 1,500 subscribers? So every comment that you make on this channel is potential to win something. And we have other giveaways that we're about to do too that will have some other rules. But those are the main ways that you can win here on Beyond the Harmony. Literally every comment from the moment you subscribe could potentially win you something from Bone Thugs and Harmony.
And plus, we try to do a lot of timeless pieces, so this provides incentive for you guys to not only check out the current recent things that we're doing, but also to check back into the archive, because there are some quality historical recordings that we've conducted. So check them all out, comment, and do all that.
Yep, we've done some real great interviews already. I'm proud of the interviews we've done. I will say that for anybody that doesn't know, John and I, we're just hosting an interview. When someone comes on the show, we ask them questions and we get an answer. When they give us an answer, that doesn't mean that John and I automatically believe that's, how the story went. We're just asking. So we don't subscribe to one side or the other. I saw some people questionable about a couple things that happened on the show. I see you guys are actually on Bones live streams asking them about it. And this is what I'll tell you guys. It's been 25 years. Everybody's going to kind of remember the story a little bit differently. So we're just kind of getting everybody's view. So it's like everybody's got kind of the different view. And that's what the show is all about. That's everything.
And another thing is most of this is not scripted. It's not like we know what the people we've interviewed so far, we haven't really known what they were going to tell us in detail. We may have a little bit of an idea. We have a little pre-screen, but what happens live. None of it's really staged.
I guess we've never really explained that. So, just so you guys know, when we get an interview, we lock the interview down. We lock the date down. John and I do an abundance of research, and we come up with our own set of topics and questions. Once in a while, I will reach out to a guest prior to the show, and I'll ask them some pre-questions to help develop better questions on behalf of the show. Sometimes I need some extra information, and it will help make sure we have the questions. Rarely does a guest ask for the questions in advance. They usually like that it's, I guess, that spur-of-the-moment question. And there's rarely anything that a guest has ever asked us not to talk about. And I usually don't have anything that a guest is like, we absolutely have to talk about this. The guests so far have really just kind of gone with the flow. And I think that's because they probably check the show out before they come on. And you can just tell the flow of Beyond the Harmony is just a little bit different than other shows.
Yeah, and what's been surprising too is many times we've actually asked the guests if there's anything that they wanted to cover, and they were just like, "Nah, let's just do it. Let's just live impromptu, just live, just straight off the dome," which has been kind of neat. That's why we never really know what to expect.
No, I mean, that's the way I like it, honestly. I think that's why, you got to think, that's kind of why we do Beyond the Harmony as well. I'm not going to say that a lot of interviews are canned or pre-screened, but there are a lot of interviews that, people go into them knowing the specifics about what they're going to talk about exactly. And you can usually tell when an interview's like that. And what you miss out on is that initial gut feeling. And what I mean is when I ask somebody, when I ask Soulja Boy, hey, why did this happen? It's the initial gut reaction that we want. And if you send somebody the questions in advance and they can really think about it, they're going to give you a really thought out answer. And this is about that real raw, this is about the story. I love the way we do it, and I will say that every guest that we've ever had on really loves the way we do it too. So I think we're doing it right over here. But if anybody ever has recommendations, a suggestion, something that we can do to improve the show, except for video, I don't fucking want to. I don't want to do video. You guys can stop asking. You don't want to see this face, man.
Yeah, if you want to see video, you could go over to my channel.
Yeah, but, John loves to put his fucking face on stuff. Listen, I would actually be down. I know you guys have said, hey, I'd love to see video. Honestly, I wouldn't mind doing video for you guys. The problem is it's usually pretty hard for a guest to do video so that it would be sufficient to use and it wouldn't just be an annoyance to you guys. We are working on some things. I do think that that's something that we want to try to do as a special thing once in a while. I was talking to Romeo. Romeo would love to do that with us. So I do think it's something that we could attempt to do as like a special segment. But I would never count on that being something that me and John will do weekly.
Especially since, right now, I just got out of work, right? I got out of work and then took off one uniform, put on my Beyond the Harmony uniform. I know you were almost late too, getting back from doing your work. So it's not like we have much time to even prep. I got in, I plugged my mic in, and I'm, trying to catch up right now as we're waiting for Blais to get on.
I told you guys on the giveaway video, when I'm not doing Beyond the Harmony, I'm a music show promoter. I book talent, I book shows. I run a small independent label. I have a few artists, and I'm throwing a 2-day festival. And so I basically got up at, I believe, 8 or 9 this morning, got ready, and me and my assistant, we hit the ground running. And I got home. I had to cut home early and immediately set up for Beyond the Harmony. But we're here. Me and Johnny wouldn't miss it. It would take something big for me to miss it. I love recording Beyond the Harmony every week. It's always good.
And we will be trying to do some improvements upon getting at least additional overlay video, maybe some additional photos and screenshots. But I'll tell you that just doing that Mo Thugs, the original first broadcast we did, just getting those screenshots in took a lot of time, and there's just not enough time to do all the stuff that we want to do. But we're working on time management, and we're constantly adding more and more stuff to the show. We even have Sunday and Chill now, so we've added Sunday and Chill, Mo Monday, Thug Thursday.
I'm down. I've had some people reach out that want to help the show. If you edit video and it's a skill that you have, and you really want to see these videos be better and you want to be involved, feel free to reach out. Me and John do this absolutely free every week. If anybody wants to help out and be part of Beyond the Harmony and you have those skills, beyondtheharmony99@gmail.com. Send me an email. I'd love to chop it up with you. We're down to work because, hey, we're just two regular guys talking Bone Thugs. So it all takes some time, but I will say for two regular guys working overtime, we sure get a lot of fucking content out there.
Yeah, I'll say, especially since we just wanted to limit it to 1 day a week. And I mean, lately, the past 2 weeks, it's been like daily content, it seems.
We recently released, if you haven't seen The Dark Room is awesome. Cairo Wolf, who's done, the Chasing the Devil artwork, the Strength and Loyalty artwork. Did another one too. What was right before Strength and Loyalty?
The Thug Stories?
Yeah, I think he did that artwork as well. He sent us a bunch of photos from the Strength and Loyalty shoot and from the I Tried video. I've already put up one series of them, and it's called The Dark Room Part 1. It's a fucking ton of unreleased Bone Thugs and Harmony photos. There's pictures of Krayzie Bone with Soulja Boy and Mohar. I recently released one of those on our like page, but there's a ton of other pictures on there. So if you want to see some unreleased Bone photos, you can check out The Dark Room. There's other segments. Johnny, I think we got Blais. Let's unmute him. Let's see. Blais, you with us?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
Hey, there he is. What's up, brother? Thanks for coming on. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come on and chop it up with us.
Hey, bro. Thanks for having me, man. It's an honor. It's an honor for real.
I gotta say, we started doing this podcast, and I see your video pop up, and I see you doing the video with Bizzy, and it wasn't long after that I'm like, this guy's commenting on our videos. I see that you're a very regular, person on our videos, and I gotta say I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the time to listen in.
Hey, for sure, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I feel like everybody who like supports Bone, like one thing is the support, you know what I'm saying? That's like artist to artist and all that. Like without that, there's nothing, and they know that. I know everybody knows that, and I appreciate that. And then the way you guys just go deep with your subjects, man, it's like it got me stuck. I'm like, yo, like I feel like a teenager again. You know what I mean?
Hey, that's
like
awesome.
Bringing back memories and even learning new things. I'm like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That I was gonna say the nostalgia point is exactly what we wanted to do. The questions and not just the deep questions. I think sometimes we just ask some unique questions that it's like, wow, I would have never thought to ask that, but it's cool to know.
We've heard them all. We've heard them all. Like, the things that, a lot of these interviews they ask, like us, we've heard it a million times, but the things that you guys are asking of like, whoa, like, yeah, like, and that crossed my mind, or, oh, I wish I would have thought of that, I love it, man.
I'll tell you, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do your interview a little bit different because Blais. What makes you a fun guest is you're working with Bizzy right now, but you're also a true blue, real Bone Thugs and Harmony fan first.
For sure.
So we're gonna do some different stuff. We're gonna just talk about some Bone Thugs, but before we do that, I want to make sure that our guests are, brought fully up to speed with you. Your story is definitely more than what I think Bone fans, know, but a lot of Bone fans recently became familiar with you off the success of the YNTG video.
Right.
Can you help catch the fans up to your career and just some of the highlights that brought you to this point?
No doubt, man. Well, I've been doing music since I was like 4 years old, man, and it was pretty much my way out, you know what I'm saying? Well, way out of what I was going through. And the first thing that sparked it was, Michael Jackson. And then when I got into hip hop, it was Bone. So what got me into music were these two. So it's like I became a student and I started obsessing in it. Like just really studying, going deep and later on in life, and man, it's been a minute, man. Like, it's been a real minute, like professionally doing it. And, you have your ups and downs, the speed bumps. And then I just got to a point now where I feel like I've failed so much that the moves that I've been making is just lessons. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, don't do this. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. and it's just working, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done some things as far as like, you know, I performed with a lot of people, man. Pitbull. I also produced for Snow the Product. Another unreleased song from Krayzie, called I think he called it Real Life Blues. That video's on my YouTube. I think you guys saw it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. But just you know, it's like so many ups and downs, man. But I'm here now, and it's like it's just a blessing, man. I'm in a place where I can really create music from my heart, and it's a really like fulfilling moment in my life right now, man. Like to even be on here, bro. Like honestly, I'm honored because like yeah, like you said, bro, I was a real fan. And you know, it's like it's been a roller coaster. It's been like, yo, I get to perform with my idol. Then now it's like, you know, like my fans, my peers are accepting what I'm doing musically, and it feels good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
So
awesome.
I'm blessed, man, just to be here, like period.
Well, one of the things that's mind blowing, for at least for me, is before we even got this show really off the ground, you were one of the first people that reached out to us, letting us know that you had a new single going. And I took a look at it, and I was like, man, this guy is going to be something. Let me post this on our little board, and then blam, here we are now. I didn't realize how big it was going to get, and I didn't even realize a music video was coming, because at the time it was just a song with like a screenshot on it. And now it's blown up to something huge. So mad respect to you for reaching out to the small guy, you know, before we even came up on any level.
Man,
we to see it.
We all in this together, bro. We all in this together, bro. We share the same love. Like, you know, I really consider like the whole like community and shit like family. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I feel like, you know, these moments like that I'm blessed with, I feel like I'm sharing it with people where can relate to, like, I know they know how I feel right now. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. You know, and speaking of the community, it's funny that you said it, because it just dawned on me.
Yeah.
Every day, the people in all the different bone boards that I'm friends with, I have them all set to notifications all the time. And anytime I see like the same 25 names every day when I wake up posting, and it really does become like family. You start to see patterns and the kind of stuff they're interested in, and you know, like each Bone fan has a different angle to the whole game, and it makes your Bone awareness even higher. So I do agree, it is a community.
Absolutely, bro.
So
and it's like a lot of, it's like majority positivity. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about it too. It's like, cause you know, these other groups or these younger groups, and I know there's a lot of young people in this community, but I feel like a little bit more mature, you know, and I feel like everybody just gets along, and it's just like, it's dope, man.
Now let me ask you, bringing it back, when we were talking about, you know, what got you here, we mentioned a couple things in there that I want to make sure we touch on. One of them was you produced a track for Snow the Product. I believe it was called I'm Saying. It was 2015.
Yeah.
You know, you're a producer. If you guys don't follow Blais, you'll see, first follow him. He puts out new beats all the time. You know, I love your production. How did the producing for Snow the Product come about? And I mean, was that like your first, what was the first step up moment where you were like, hey, I think this is going to work out?
Man, I'm trying to think, bro. When I don't know, because it's just the way I was moving. It was like, I don't know, man. There was a lot of ups. There was like some really high peaks, like being on, who was it, man? It's like, you know, it was a lot of performances that I was opening up for people. As far as music putting stuff out, I always had my set of people. You know what I'm saying? It was just people who fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? And that's really what I'm focused on, you know? It's not like the fame of the shit. It's like I'm to a point where I'm really moving with my heart, so I'm doing what I want to do instead of what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why even me going and reaching for Bizzy was like, it was no doubt in my mind. Like, I have an opportunity to work with an artist. I'm not gonna, I mean, no disrespect to anybody else out there, but I'm gonna pick somebody who impacted my life.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that's a great reason to do it. You know, you and I have spoke kind of privately, and you know, some of the listeners know that, you know, we actually, before you got on, we're talking about that I do entertainment outside of here. And when I talk to people about booking features, you know, I will commonly say, hey, look, you know, this is something you're going to put money into, and you got to go about it one of two ways. You either need to go into it with enough money that you're going to be able to book the guaranteed hit, and that's a lot of money, kids. If you guys don't know, that's a price. Or you book somebody that's going to have impact on you as an artist in almost like a muse type way, because, you know, just booking somebody that doesn't really mean shit to you, and they may not necessarily get you the comeback financially, you know, that's just a loss. So it's always about, you know, booking that person that is going to make that impact.
Right.
That seems like Bizzy for you. You know, I mean, the way you guys vibed in that video, I even see like the interviews and things like that. You at the Sons of Sinclair premiere, you and Bizzy seem to really be vibing. I mean, you know, does this feel like almost the yin to Blais's yang now that you kind of have Bizzy in your life in that capacity?
I mean, I feel we really, it's like, bro, we connected, man, on like just being dope individuals. Like, he's just a dope human being, bro, and it just like, it's a natural thing, you know what I mean? It's just like, it could, when two real people like come together, and you guys know, it just clicks, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, and he's already, like, already looked up to him, so he's like a big brother, and musically, you know what I'm saying, to be in that position, that is just a blessing, bro, because it's like, man, like, that's like approval, you know, is approval from my teacher, one of the people who taught me to want to do this and how to do this is saying, yo, like, your shit is dope, you know, like, yeah, bro, that shit is big for me. So I think
you know, when and I guess I'll put this out because you got the YNTG video, but that wasn't your first experience with Bone, right? Was producing the track for Krayzie your first experience working with Bone, or what was it exactly?
Well, that wasn't. It wasn't like a face-to-face experience. I was sending tracks to Krayzie back in 2013, I think it was, and then I think that was, I don't even know what that year that was, but I remember watching him on Periscope. You know what I mean? I was watching Periscope, and he's in the studio recording it, and I was like, oh shit, that's my track. I was like, oh man, come on. I was like, please finish this, please. Like, you know, I'm on Periscope rooting him on, like, hey, this shit is dope as fuck.
Did he see you on Periscope? Did he see like you commenting saying, hey, I made this
no, I don't think so. Or maybe I don't know. He didn't. Nah, because we had a later, because when I had performed with Bizzy in Fort Worth, I ran into Krayzie, and I said something. I was like, hey bro, that I was like, you gotta release that Real Life Blues track. And he was like, oh yeah, it's coming, bro. And I'm like, no. I was like, I'm the dude who produced it. I need that on my resume. and he was like, oh shit. And he was like, yo,
that's dope.
He was like, you gotta send me some more tracks. I was like, hey, give me your email. I'm on it. I was like, please release that.
Could you imagine, to anybody listening, can you imagine making a beat for Krayzie that you drop to him, and then you kind of forget about it, and then see him on Periscope with your beat. That is great. That is amazing.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That was that moment was like that was big for me. I was like, oh shit, and this is like, I'm a little younger or whatever. Hell yeah, bro. That was
and
shit.
I mean he killed too. When I watched the whole video back, and I wasn't sure how much of it was going to be in the video, because when the video first starts, he's kind of just rapping to it, and I was like, oh, okay, he didn't record it, and then he shows the session, he plays the playback. Hopefully he says Chasing the Devil is more than one volume. Maybe we'll get that on Chasing the Devil. Could you imagine?
I hope so.
Blais'
that
track?
would be dope. That would be dope, bro.
I got a question about this. The cartoon that is on the YNTG single, or the screen cap. That is a really cool drawing. Who made it? And do you guys have any plans to turn that into like a mini comic or some kind of animated thing? Because that is a really slick picture.
No, I was just playing around with it, bro. Like I was just playing. Like I just learned Illustrator. And so, bro, I was just piecing stuff together, bro. Like grabbing stuff from here and trying to put stuff together and try to make something cool. And during the promo and stuff like that. And I don't know what I would do with it, but I love it. I feel like it was youth. It was kind of like for the youth, and but for us also. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you got to get that to Rockstar Games. Get that in the next Grand Theft Auto or something. You guys, that's a really cool picture. Those like characters. As I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, these are great cartoon characters, or for like a video game or some kind of comic. So I'm loving this. I've been staring at it the whole time we've been doing this interview. I love it.
Yeah,
Thank
said you
bro.
did those.
Well, I wouldn't even say I was just piecing it. I just pieced stuff together, bro. Like grab something from here, grab something from there, and I'll just piece some artwork together or whatever. But
That's
I didn't like draw it. I might have. Oh well, like I drew Bizzy's hair. that part I drew.
Hey, that's dope, man. Now, okay, let's. I got a bunch of questions around YNTG, so we might as well just dig into them while we're on the animations.
Okay.
I guess the first thing that I'm going to ask is, did you write this track in mind for Bizzy, or did you write it and at the end you were like, yo, who fits on this is Bizzy Bone? Like, what was the intent with the song?
No, okay. So when I was sending beats to Krayzie, I was also starting to try to make music with like hooks already on them, so he could get an idea of what I heard on it, and maybe he he'd be like, oh shit, actually that would sound dope. So at that time, I just created that, bro. Like in mind, like, okay, if Bone was on this track, how would they do it? You know what I'm saying? But then when all that had passed and I started working on my stuff, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep this one for myself. I'm gonna change it around a little bit, like cater it a little bit more to me, but still try to keep the feeling that I wanted to keep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's what I feel it is. It's a style, of course, but it's a feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's what creates the legends or creates great artists is, bro, that's like the other shit, the feeling, bro. And so that's what I wanted to grasp in that song. And then when it came about with getting busy, because at that point, another thing was like just putting one and one together. I was like, my tone on it was too deep, try to get crazy on the record. You know what I'm saying? So I needed that tone of Bizzy to level it out too. But it wouldn't have been no other way though. I couldn't really really push that song, because it's like I need that. I feel like it needed that like it's not I don't want to say cosign, but it's like my paying homage. You know what I'm saying, on the record.
Yeah. I'll say that, and John and I were talking about this. I've heard a plethora of features as far as Bone doing features for other artists. And, you know, some of them are really good. Some of them seem very rushed and, you know, just whatever. And a lot of the times, you know, I got to say that it makes sense because there's artists that get features and they don't do what they're supposed to with it. So, you know, why the fuck does an artist want to deliver you a platinum verse if no one's going to hear it? Your track, it sounds amazing. The video, I got to tell you, the video I feel is one of the best features for Bone with another artist that I've seen in a long time. Not just visually, and visually it's great, but even the concept is very thought out. I got to give you some major props for just making sure that you built this into what I would consider a very sellable product. The video itself. Can you talk about the inspiration behind that story? Because this is a very powerful story. This isn't a generic video in any way.
Yeah. Man, it was like, you know, putting pieces of my life with it and just trying to make a like a story that I know that people can relate to, you know, that but not do it in a cookie cutter way, you know. I was like, it has to go underneath the surface, you know. It's got to go underneath the surface. Like, it can't be like, oh, he's trying to rap like on some 8 Mile shit. It's got to go underneath the surface, like something that you can relate to, but something that hasn't been done before. And that's why I wanted to, like, even opening it up where she's injecting the heroin. And it pans out and she's pregnant. It's like, you know, it's that shock immediately. But, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But this is real life. You know, so that's all I was just trying to project, man. And it was like, you know, I would say like 90% of it is like, you know, was sparked from maybe something in my life, you know what I mean? And then just putting other people's trials and stuff together with that.
Who did you work with as far as putting that story together, or even filming, and you know, who helped direct that? I mean, the video it's phenomenal, man. I mean, this is you can tell this is a team that made this happen. Yeah,
man. KV Films, Victor Gonzalez, man. He is the director. He shot it, man. So dope, bro. Like, he's a young cat that we just used to see each other online, like, you know, because I'll be in Texas, and then when I moved to California, we kept in contact, and I just told myself, like, yo, I'm gonna fuck with him because he was progressing so fast that I could tell that he was obsessing in what he was trying to do, because he was becoming too good too fast. Like, every video he put out was like, oh shit. So I was like, I'm gonna fuck with him. And then this was the first actual music video we worked on, and he didn't fail me, man. He had, and then the story, me and my fiance, we came up with she helped a lot with the story also. And then when we gave it to him, he just put it all together.
Yeah, it's I almost think of, it's comparable, honestly, to the Tech 9 Fragile video. It's that good, and the story, the performance piece is so strong, but the story is so strong that when I watched it, I was like, wow. The last, you know, recent video I saw like this was Tech 9 Fragile, which I also thought was a great song and a great video. You know, hanging with legends right there. Do you feel this has been a very successful campaign for you, this song, this video?
I really do, and not it means a lot to me, you know, everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything that I've gained, but it's like the people that I've connected with, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just dope, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm to a point of doing music to where it's like this shit is like just fun again, you know? So that's what I got out of it, bro. Like I feel like that was my campaign.
I do think too, there's something, and this goes back to us talking about the features, and this isn't something that as an artist I expect you to say or even realize is happening, but as a outside fan I can say that there's something special about you that only so many people that do a feature get, which is the fans are very accepting of you almost as an affiliate versus just somebody with a song with a member of Bone. And that's huge. I think the fans have been over the top with support and love for this video, which is it's awesome to see, man, because that's what
man,
it really
it's
takes.
Dope. Yeah, man, it feels amazing, man. I'm like that shit is dope, bro. I'm really appreciative, man. Like, hell yeah.
Your video and your song, they're special because I'll tell you that not everybody that does the feature takes the time to record directly with one of the Bone members. Not only did you record the song with Bizzy, but you also recorded the video right there with him. What's that like, working with him in that, working capacity?
Bro, okay, so it was just like I said, man, it was like a fucking roller coaster, bro, because it's like, it's like, okay, I'm doing a song with him, that's one, and then it's like, it's like the next level is like, I'm in the studio, it's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying, like I'm looking in the glass, this nigga's like, I can hear this nigga's raw vocals, and this nigga sounds fucking amazing, I'm like, yo, this shit is dope as fuck. And bro, that was the level right there that I was at. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I had to snap out of fan mode. Like, okay, I got fan mode out the way, and now I need to get in Blais producer mode. You know what I'm saying? I want this shit to sound like dope, not doubting them at all, but you know what I'm saying? I really wanted to make sure we had all the pieces that we needed. And even if I had an idea, I had an idea, and I had to like be like, hey, Bizzy, can we add this part right here? And he was like, yeah. And bro, cool as fuck. And it came out sounding beautiful. The part on his vocals when the drums come in and it sounds like fucking angels in the back.
Oh yeah.
That's the part that I had him add. And I was like, I just pictured it in my head, bro. And it was just that little piece. But I felt like that little piece is like, I needed his vocals to shine like that.
It must have really been an experience to be in the same room recording vocals, or even on the same lot recording a video with a guy with such a high work ethic, because this guy stood in a studio with Tupac and he was blown away by Tupac's work ethic, and then for you to stand there and be almost in that Bizzy position that he was in with Pac, I think that's remarkable for you to see that work ethic. Did seeing him, did that motivate you, like, wow, like this motherfucker can really work, like I gotta go triple time because this guy is a fucking rock star?
Well, it was like, it's his professionalism and how good he is. It's like, it's kind of like, you're like, oh yeah, okay, that's why you're the fucking legend. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you become a legend. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, it was still a learning process. Like, this is why he's a professional. You know what I mean? Like, he just, bro. And we were in and out of it because we were rushing. We were rushing because we were doing the show. So we were rushing to get the record done, and he fucking knocked it out, man. Like nothing.
Yeah, you said you were rushing to do the show, so you were trying to get the song done. How close to the song and the show was this?
Okay, so the show was everything was like last minute. Everything was last minute. Like, because they were like, they put the word out like, hey, if you know anybody who wants features or whatever, you know, because that's how we started. It was business. You know what I'm saying? That's how me and Bizzy connected. It was business. I was booking my first show, and the first person who I thought about was Bizzy. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I didn't have to second guess that. So that's how we connected. And he fucked with how we did business too, you know what I'm saying? So because how everything came together, it was like, it was so last minute, but it was so well put together, like even the studio session and all that, bro. So yeah, man.
You know, it's pretty rare and something I actually don't talk about this much on the show, but I talk to you about it in private. You know, I used to be in a group. We have a song with Bizzy. We actually have another song with Bizzy that's unreleased. And when we did the first song with Bizzy, we had the rare opportunity, like yourself, to do it live with him on stage.
Man,
it's an incredible feeling, and I assume you know as a fan, because I was told this when this happened, but you know, I was told, hey, it's very rare that Bizzy does a fucking one-off like this, because he doesn't want to learn the new material. He's focused on doing the material he does all the time to perfection. So learning a one-off is kind of like, you know, I don't have time to fuck with that. So, you know, I was told how rare it is. Have you done it just that one time with him so far, the one that I saw in Texas?
Yeah, the performance wise.
Yeah, live.
Yeah, that was the only one.
And I mean, the video is amazing, man. And again, I've been in your position, bro.
Yeah,
can you just walk the fans through what it's like when you're doing your song and then Bizzy walks the fuck on stage to do that song?
bro, like that is like, it's like, okay, now this is like, this is the best way to explain it, bro. It's like you're on the porch and you waiting for your pops to show up, and you know what I'm saying, and this nigga really shows up, and you fucking like, oh shit, like we going to the fucking park, nigga, like we about to fucking fuck some shit up, you know what I mean? So it was, bro, my adrenaline, everything, bro. It was like, man, that shit was crazy, bro.
Was that a Bone Thugs show, or was that your show? Like, what was the show?
No, it was a Bone Thugs show. It was a Bone Thugs show out here in Fort Worth, Texas. And
I assume you're opening up for Bone.
Yep.
So you got Bizzy to come out on stage before the fucking Bone Thugs set.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge,
bro.
That's huge.
Bro,
how many did he come out at the beginning or the end of your set?
The end of my set. YNTG was the last song that I did, and then when his verse came on, he just walks out. And bro, the crowd, I'm talking about, it's so many, I mean, you guys already did, you guys did it, so you know the feeling, the rumble that began was outrageous.
Oh man, it's, you know, for mine. So we booked our feature. We were booking a festival in 2014, and we're getting the feature. We originally were just getting Bizzy to come out. It's a weed festival. We got Be Real coming. We got the Cottonmouth Kings coming. We're like, yo, we need somebody from Bone. I had some connections to Bizzy, so we make the call and we get Bizzy. And as I'm working with everyone, they're like, wouldn't it be dope if, you know, your group had a song with Bizzy and you guys did it live? And there's like 3 fucking weeks, and I'm like, bro, there's just no way to get this done. But you know, we put it together, and we presented to his management like, yo, we want to do it live, and they're like, nah, he's not gonna learn a new song in 3 weeks. And I'm like, bro, get him to do. I don't give a shit what he does. Get him to do something simple. So, because we did the same thing. I used to like to, you know, do a lot of chopper ship, and I was like, I'm not gonna learn that in 3 weeks like that. So we had simple verses. Bizzy had a simple hook, but we learned the thing. Bizzy shows up, and I go, hey man, it's your set. And then I said, you know, I put us, you know, after you, so you don't have to come on stage early. I was like, you good to go? And he's like, oh man, he's like, you know, I don't know if I know the song. And I'm like, oh, bro, I was like, I really need you to do this, man. I'm like, I got my grandmother here. You know, all my friends and family are here. And you know, it was a big moment to have my gram there. My gram's seen everybody from Elvis to Sinatra. Man. So she's coming to see me and Bizzy. And I watch this dude Bizzy. He goes, well, you got the song? And we're nowhere. And I don't have service. And I'm like trying to get it up. And I start humming him, you know, how it goes. And then I see this dude Bizzy. And he like almost like goes through a Rolodex in his mind. And I see him just like humming. And he's just kind of like digging through it. And he's trying to figure it out. And then all of a sudden this motherfucker just gets it in tune. He's like, nah, man, I don't need the phone. I got this. I got you. And he does his verse. They usher him to the limo. And he's waiting. And he's just in the limo smoking weed, talking to his girl at the time. They come up there like, yo, it's your time. This motherfucker walks on stage. Same thing. Walks back out on stage, grabs his mic, walked in like he performed with us for the last 20 years of our lives. We fucking crush it, and he walks out, bro, like a fucking boss.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. That's exactly how it went down, bro. That's exactly how it went down.
That's dope.
Because he was just in the back with the headphones in, like, you know what I'm saying, listening to it, and he maybe like listened to it one time, and he was like, okay. And then I looked back and swam, killed it.
He did too. He walked out, he killed it, and it was the same, you know, same feeling. I was like, Blais and Bizzy look like they've done this 100 times. We were interacting with Bizzy on stage, and it was like there was like no interaction you could throw at him that he hadn't had, that he didn't know how to interact back with on stage.
Right.
Yeah, it was dope.
Absolutely.
I'm glad to hear somebody else with that similar experience, because again, he doesn't do those one-off songs with many fucking people, bro.
Yeah. For real.
Tell me just a little bit about your experience. So now you've recorded it, but something that, you know, is key in the world of Bone, it's so key and underrated, is that mix. And you did all the mixing on your track?
Yeah.
Tell us about that. You're mixing Bizzy Bone's vocals. A lot of pressure there to make sure you knock that out of the park.
Oh, see, okay, that's the back to the roller coaster. That's just another fucking level of fucking excitement, bro. I'm like, I wasn't nervous at all. It was like kind of like a like, nigga, I'm about to show you, like I'm about to show you what I can do. Like, this is my chance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is my opportunity to show you, like, basically what you taught me. I know the sound. You know what I mean? I know how I would like to hear your vocals. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's why, like, you know, the harmonies, if you really listen close to his vocals, there's like a little harmonies underneath his vocals to bring that fullness out. You know, and to bring the almost like, it's an automatic like thing that everybody, it's like a thing that brings us back, or I can't really explain it. It's a texture, you know what I'm saying, that I was trying to get, and I feel like I was just trying to show him, man, you know what I mean, like it was an exciting moment, you know what I mean, and I wanted to just make it sound good, like I wanted to just make him sound like how he's supposed to sound.
Yeah,
you know,
there's examples out there that aren't, you know, I think that he has done so much music. John, how many Bizzy Bone albums out there?
I counted 50. You know, some are authentic, some are whatever, but at least 50.
Yeah,
yeah, and that's because this guy, you know, I mean, he was at one point, it was like, hey, you got a label, Blais, you want a Bizzy Bone album, it's this much, I'm gonna come through, I'm gonna do me, and then you gotta do you. And these guys, you know, didn't do what they were supposed to. So there's some products out there that I think are subpar, not because of Bizzy, but you know, the handling of a project is more than just having a hot song. In fact,
it's a body of work.
Without that mix, it may not. A hot song could be shit if that mix isn't done right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, I it's funny with listening to you talk about the harmonies and just pulling that out. You know, there was a third member in my group when we did our song. He did all the mixing, and we didn't record with Bizzy. So, we kind of talked back and forth and sent ideas back and forth. And he sent us the hook. Now, what's crazy is on the album we were doing it for, we would do the regular song, and every song had like this remixed outro. And we're like, what the fuck are we going to do with this with Bizzy? And Cam is going through the tracks, and he goes, yo, what's this hidden track right here? And the engineer had hidden a track, and what the tracks were was the original hook that Bizzy had written for the fucking thing, and it was completely different. So we get this session, and it's got a whole hidden chorus in it. So we ended up, it was like Christmas, bro. You just like this whole like unreleased Bizzy Bone chorus that we end up using for the outro, and he killed that too. So that was kind of like a cool, I guess, bonus from not getting to work with him.
And it's so
That's
Bone.
dope as fuck.
It's so Bone to have a cryptic thing hidden. You found a hidden Bizzy vocal,
Hell yeah. Oh, that's dope as fuck.
Now that you've done this collaboration, you got the song, you got this video, hey, you're a marker in Bone history. No matter, the significance, you're there, you're in the books. Do you ever look at your collaboration and your video and compare it to any of the other ones out there? Did your experience make you your perception, I guess, of the other Bizzy collaborations change, or are you just kind of focused on you and your lane?
Yeah, I was just kind of focused on my lane, and kind of like, it wasn't about like anybody new. It wasn't about like competition or anything like that. It was kind of like I was reaching back and just seeing the I don't know, like the components of these old videos. Like why were they so great? You know what I'm saying? Like really, now that I'm a grown man and I'm not a teenager, like, because I was into it deep, but now I'm understanding things a little bit different, and the feeling of it, especially missing that feeling, it wasn't like, that's what I was looking back at, bro. It was more of like just getting that feeling again.
Yeah. I mean, man, I think you're doing a great job. We're actually about to talk about, that feeling and bringing that feeling back, and what you're doing with it in just a second here, because we're going to transition into what's the future, if any, between Blais and Bone or Bizzy. What's going on in the future?
Well, man, another blessing in this fucking roller coaster, bro, was after the YNTG video, after the shoot, we're in the truck before he has to go to his next show, and this was my like really like chance, because this is our first time really seeing each other after recording YNTG. So, it's kind of like I wanted to see what he thought. Like, how did you like the mix? You know what I'm saying? Because I never knew. And I was like, hey, did you fuck with the mix? And he was like, oh man. He was like, hell yeah, bro, hell yeah. He was like, my vocals haven't sounded that good in a long time. And then,
yeah, I agree.
And then later we're talking. He's like, Blais. He's like, I really fuck with your shit. I like what you did. And we gotta do some more music. You know what I'm saying? You work on my shit, and then maybe later on it can lead to the group. And he said, and then he talked about his sons. And then as soon as he said that, bro, it was like, what? Like, I'm gone. I'm like, okay. Like the next day, I had two records to him. 2 records to him immediately, and then I was like, and then he was like, yeah, kiddo, he was like, we about to get it. And so ever since then, man, our relationship, we just been building, and creative wise, it's just, man, just coming up with music for his project and Bloodline's project is like, that's what we're on right now, bro. And I'm just like, it's just another blessing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I get to actually do music and have, like I said before, fun doing it. Like, this is really like a dream come true. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like fulfilled and shit. So us working is like, it's some dope shit, bro. It's some dope shit, but that's what's coming.
I really hope we hear a Blais Bloodline Harmony track. I love the Bizzy Blais track. Like you said, it's the homage, it's the cosign from a legend.
Yeah.
But man, that Blais and Bloodline Harmony, that is a fucking track I would love to hear, because I think those styles are, you know, to me, when I listen, and we're gonna get ready to play some things that you sent me, but when I listen, you represent that Bone Thug in a new way that still hangs on to the roots. And I've heard a lot of people try to do that, and you know, Bloodline Harmony, I was like, wow, man, it's fucking crazy. But they were really able to do that. They were really able to take 2005 Bone and make it, or 1995 Bone and make it 2018. And I think you're doing that too. So I hope we're gonna hear that Blais Bloodline Harmony track.
Hey man, hey, I would love that, bro. I mean, we've talked about some things. I mean, I'm already working on it. You know what I mean? So it's like, hey, let's go. Hey,
and I always tell the listeners, if that's something you want to hear, make sure you tell them. If you want to hear Blais and Bloodline Harmony, make sure you're letting Bloodline Harmony know, hey, let's get Blais on a track. There's nothing more powerful than the voice of the fans.
And they're on their way, man. They're sound. You know, I what I love about them is the youthful feeling that they bring out. You know what I'm saying? That shit is so magnetic, and it's gonna spread like wildfire, bro. And that's on top of the music. You know what I'm saying? Once again, it's the vibe, it's the feeling of it, and they definitely got that. They got that. So, you know, and in this day and age, it's not like how it used to be, man. It's like, you know, talent isn't really the most important thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? So if you have that on with the other shit of being magnetic, then it's game over, bro. It's game over.
Yeah, and speaking of that, you do have a magnetic personality, or at least body language and everything. Like, you body the mic. I was watching your other videos, Another Level, which I guess, that was the one where you guys were like in this like shoot 'em up thing, and then let's talk more action. I mean, it looks like you got some acting skills down pat, and then just that in studio performance. You know, you have that presence on the mic. So I don't know if those are still part of your set now that you're kind of evolved into this, you know, YNTG, but those were dope videos. I was impressed with the production level, the stage props, the direction, how the filters you guys used. I mean, that was amazing, especially one was 2 years ago and one was 2 months ago. And, so those were good jobs.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
And I'm seeing here that you got 7 years ago. There's some like a IWNT tour that you were doing this 7 years ago. That's amazing.
Yeah, man. Like I said, bro, I've been in it for a minute, man. I really feel like I'm like to that point of my 10,000th hour. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've done so much. I've failed so many times. It's like, nigga, I can only go up. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like you can only learn from busting your ass this many times. So I think I'm just to that point where things have clicked.
Yeah, so it's all about getting back up. As long as you keep getting back up. You know what's crazy too is that Krayzie Bone in the studio recording the Real Life Blues. I had seen that like just show up in my feed, not from you, but from someone else sharing it. And I watched it, and then today when I was going through your channel, I was like, "Oh my God, this is a Blais thing. This is amazing how it's such a small kind of." So
yeah, bro, hell yeah.
So all that brings us to right here, where we're talking about the future, and I have some demos, and I'm privileged and excited to share these with the listeners of of Beyond the Harmony. I have 3 different demos that Blais sent me. Before we jump into listening to them, do you want to give a little backstory on what these are and what they're intended for and their purpose?
Yeah. So like I said, bro, when he gave me that opportunity, I was just like, bro, I got to work immediately, bro. As soon as I walked in the house, I was like, everybody leave me alone. I'm going in this room and I'm about to fucking create some shit. Like this is like where I felt like my chance to prove myself, you know what I'm saying? So bro, it just came automatically, bro. Like, so I'm just creating the demos. So when I'm creating the demos, I don't plan on being on the song at all. You know what I'm saying? Unless we need some background vocals or something like that to fill it out, I may leave it in, but I'm doing the vocals as if I was Bizzy, or even if I had Krayzie in mind. And then I sent you one record where I had Bizzy and the boys on the record in mind. You know what I'm saying? Bloodline. So I'm doing everything, putting all the pieces together, producing from the chords to the drums, you know what I'm saying? A blank canvas, just like creating what I would want to hear, you know, and that's how the demos are coming about. And he's fucking with them hard, man. And I sent you, little snippets. It's like 3, but I have a lot, bro. I have a lot, and I'm excited because I'm excited, man, just to have the opportunity, bro. So, and it's really like what I'm doing is I'm just showing him what he taught me. You know what I mean?
To me, the snippets I heard, it sounded like East 99 2018 esque.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. I feel, I don't know, man. I feel that, they are geniuses, and when you put musical people together and bounce ideas off, like, I think it just elevates it elevates the artist, and I think that I can do that and help in that type of way, you know what I'm saying, to help him get that feeling back, you know what I mean? Because I think we all have it, man, and it's a vibe, and it's not like he hasn't been doing it. It's like, I really want to, I don't know, man, just do my piece, man. I feel like I'm just showing him what he taught me, bro.
Hey, I love these demos. I love the way they sound. I told you, even if it doesn't work out to get Bone on them, I hope Blais still releases these to you guys, because these are awesome. Let's just jump in. Let's listen to one so we can talk about it. I don't want to fucking tease the fans anymore. I got 3 of them here, so I'm gonna jump right in. I love this one. This one's called "What Eazy Said." So let's give this one a listen, and then we'll jump in and talk about it.
Always be ready to die for the respect in mind. Seek by my side, and never leave one of you gonna get brother behind. That's what he said. With every shrug, you sneak us away, and ready to bring the world your way.
I'm that gangster, is that what they're still yelling? Nigga G to a T, sagging and bailing. I'm that gangster, is that what they're still yelling? Nigga G to a T, sagging and bailing.
My first question is, did you play those notes at the beginning on that little intro part?
Yeah,
my gosh, bro.
Played everything.
That is amazing. That little the little West Coast flute was beautiful. But that intro, I was sitting there saying, did this guy actually play this? Man, Hey, that's
bro.
musicianship right there. That was beautiful.
Appreciate it, bro. Really do. Really do,
I think
man.
it's absolutely, for me, knocking out what it is to sound like Bone. I immediately just, feel Krayzie Bone's presence in the hook. The addition of having the Eazy sample come in after. I mean, it felt like a fucking Bone track. I told Blais sent me these snippets, and all I got is these 30-second, 1-minute snippets of Blais, and I'm harassing this guy because I'm like, my favorite Bone Thugs and Harmony songs right now are these motherfucking demos that you sent me, bro. But they're, I mean, it really, it feels like Bone. I get excited anytime Bone puts something out, but I'll tell you, like when Bloodline Harmony. Me too. When I heard Bloodline Harmony release their project and like a song like OG's Part 2, I was
that shit is hard.
Yeah, and I got that same feeling hearing these. Krayzie Bone, I mean, was that kind of the inspiration for that hook?
Well, Bizzy and Krayzie going back and forth.
Yeah.
And then on the second half, on the what Eazy said, I mean, if it was a group project, they could all chant that, and maybe have Bizzy's vocals a little higher than the rest, but have it sound like how they sound as a group.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's kind of the plan, is to, hey, look, this is what I'm hearing. Y'all do whatever you want to do with it. This is just kind of what I'm hearing and throwing this out.
Yeah, but yeah. Like, because that was one of the first. That was one of the two of the first records that I did. So I was just trying to like send the music, and then I got the direction of where we're going with it. You know what I'm saying? As far as, okay, this is Bizzy and the boys.
Yeah, Bizzy and Bloodline. Yeah. No, I fucking, hey, I hear it. I love that clip. We got two more. I'm gonna actually play the one, I believe, that you specifically pointed this one out to me, saying that that you had Bloodline and Bizzy in mind for this one. This one's called Kids.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go ahead and play this one, and then we'll chop it up about it.
We come from that 2-6. Remember the crew I'm with. Remember that Bone Thug flow. They yelling out who's these kids. My mama ain't raised no house, so daddy ain't raised no bitch. I said my little niggas to come from the murder, continue to murder. Don't let up they nigga, don't let up the cat. They yelling out who these kids. We spreading the love, nothing but love. But don't get it twisted, my nigga, you know that we come from the thugs. They yelling out who these kids. We spreading the love, nothing but love. But don't get it twisted, my nigga, you know that we come from the thugs. We spreading the love, nothing but love. We come from that 216. We spreading the love, nothing but love. But don't get it twisted, my nigga, you know that we come from the thugs.
I gotta say, man, it's a talent to study and understand that the Bone flow is about more than being fast.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Bro, you got that, man. I loved that clip. Walk me through that one. Who's the inspiration there? Just because I really enjoy that one. I've enjoyed them all. But tell me about this one.
Well, with this one, I wanted to create a song to where, like, because like hearing him and the boys go back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And also I wanted to create like an introduction song, like these are like a nigga like Bizzy's presenting them to the world, you know what I'm saying? But still like had that dirt on it. So like you gotta have that edge to it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's an introduction, but it's like them coming like, we spreading love, nothing but love, but don't get it twisted, nigga, because you know where we come from. You know who birthed us. You know what I'm saying? So that I was trying to get that aggression with the harmony, with the collaborative, like them piecing together. It was just trying to and get all their tones. You know what I'm saying? Just make something raw, bro.
Well, the instrumental has like the instrumental just has that creepy
Yeah.
unique kind of sound to it too. So as Cecil was saying, it's not just the fast flow or even the harmonies. You embodied the instrumental sound as well to it with the right tempos and like, it's like almost like a reverse sound that's going on, and it felt real eerie. And that was
yeah, bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, like I keep on saying, man, it's about a feeling.
I think what's special about it too is, Blais, you understand the 2018 sound of hip hop, but that doesn't mean that Blais or in this case, Blais working demos for Bone, that doesn't mean that we need to sell out and all of a sudden not be what it is. You've been able to take the elements of 9/5 and 2018 and put them together in a way that it doesn't feel forced.
Right.
And I think that's something that Bloodline's trying to do too. So, this was a great track.
Well, bro, it's like, when I look at these new artists and all this shit, it's like, to me, it's like, they're doing Bone in a certain way, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they're not. I don't want to act like I'm disrespecting anybody, but not saying it's not good. It's different. It's just something different. But it's like, nigga, this is where it came from. You know what I'm saying? But this is how it's supposed to. Like, this is the original form of and you need to know the history. Like, and it's not. Nigga, these niggas are still young. Like, nigga, they need that respect. They already got the respect, but us as Bone fans, bro, I don't know if we're like overprotective or what, but it's like, nigga, we feel like, no, they need way more fucking respect than what they get, even though they're already legends. But we know it's like, no, you need to know about these niggas.
Yeah, you gotta be a student of the art of Bone, and it's exemplified here.
I think the reason for that is, as Bone fans, especially in the heyday before, Bone are the fucking survivors. I mean, Bone is even more, in terms of like group unity, Bone is more together than even like Wu-Tang Clan in 2018. And I think that in the heyday, it was a constant defense of why we liked Bone Thugs, because when you had Tupac, Biggie, Wu-Tang, when you had these groups that were at their peak, I don't think Bone was seen as equals, and we were sitting there as their fans like, fuck you, they're not equals, they're above equal, they're the greatest.
Absolutely.
Here we are, 2018, and repeatedly, anytime like a Vibe magazine does one of these, vote for the best rap group of all time, Bone Thugs and Harmony fucking wins all the time, because the fans are the most hardcore for 25 years.
Yeah.
Well, and there's the little snippet we just listened to, for an analogy, kind of building on what you were talking about, Cecil, is that it's kind of like when a video game company remakes an old game, but with new graphics and the new graphics processors and new technology. So it sounds like, original Bone, but in that 2018 sound. So it's like the new video game release of a old classic that you always liked.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, if that's your thing, is like, yeah, what I mean.
Have you thought, Blais, about it? If these, are not done by Bone, just a Blais project, embracing this kind of style.
Oh yeah, bro. I mean, my music has always been melody based. You know what I'm saying? It's always been melody based. And it's like and everything that I've spoke about is what I'm going through at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that moment is in my life. You know what I'm saying? It might be where I was a little like, about the ladies at this moment. You know what I'm saying? It's like now I'm mature and it's like, so, it's about a feeling. That's what I keep on going back to, bro. And that's where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? Even the music I'm creating, it is like that, but it's me. You know what I'm saying? It's me. And that's how, and when it comes to working with artists, period, as a producer, as a like a vocal producer and all that shit, it's like catering, like bringing one sound that's them, and then catering it to become something a little different. And I do the same thing for myself.
I just can't even lie. I'm asking this question because I'm like, man, Blais better put these fucking tracks out no matter what happens. I can't listen to these 1 minute snippets forever just wondering where they I got one more to share with the fans. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, bro, because like I said, we're only waiting. I'm moving back to California, and that's the only thing we're waiting for. And then we're starting to knock these records out, bro. We're gonna start recording them. So I don't think I think that, you know, they're all gonna be used. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, you know what I'm saying? We don't gotta. If we don't, I don't think we'll have to be waiting that much longer.
Hey, that's good news as a fan. And I want everybody listening to remember this moment, because if you end up hearing these final versions on a Bizzy Bone album or a Bloodline album, or hopefully even a new Bone Thugs album, you can remember that you were here listening to Blais give you the demos first. He's got one more for you guys, and I saved this one because if this gets done, you're hearing history. This one is Mo Murda 2. I'm not even going to let Blais talk about it yet. I'm just going to play it for you guys, and then we're going to jump into it.
Still more murder, still more murder. I'm finding it hard to hear you, 50,000 feet from the ground. Still more murder, this is how we play. It's already done, I'm not coming down. Still more murder, still more murder. The fuck do you mean? Niggas ain't ready just to hit the kings. Still more murder, this is how we play. I can go tell them I never forgot how to sing your name. Still more murder, still more murder. Still more murder. All we do is still how we play. Still more murder. Still how we play.
I'll tell you what I love about that one immediately is, you know, the other ones, I immediately was like, hey, I hear Krayzie, I hear Bizzy. And not that I don't hear them on that one, but this is the one where I was like, yo, I can hear Flesh or Wish doing harmonies in here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I could hear Flesh doing that main vocal, and killing it. Yeah, hey, I can hear that too. That's what was nice about that one is I was like, I can hear the group digging into this and a multi-harmony situation going down.
That's the first one. That's the first one that I recorded, and that was the one where I was like, "Oh, I'm about to fucking show them." You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was thinking, bro. I was like, "What would be the perfect group song?" Like, and you know, and I maybe I fucking tried to hit a fucking, 20 foot jumper, going from the name, Mo Murda 2, that's like legendary, you know what I'm saying? But I feel especially this is when all that Migos shit was going down too. So it's like that's when I was saying the whole what the fuck do you mean? Like, how could you ever like sit here with kings? You know what I'm saying? It's like don't get it fucking twisted. Like, we about to show y'all who the fuck we are. You know what I'm saying? Like the niggas coming in elbowing niggas, like move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what I was feeling at the time. You know.
How are we glossing over the fact that there was the most smoothest use of the end of like a little snippet of Crept and We Came on that beat?
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
that was so slick, man. It fit and it didn't feel bit. It fit and it didn't feel bit. It was really good.
Thank you, bro. I even took there's like a percussive snare. And I think it's from Crept In We Came Too. It's it's got a long reverb on it. I think I have that in there too, as right behind the snare.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
It's just,
And it's just
man.
trying to bring that texture, bro.
Yeah, no, you are, and I think when you listen to these demos, especially these demos, I could really tell that you were a student of this Bone game, and not just a student of it, but you cannot possess that understanding without being a motherfucking fan first, and I think that's the high appreciation is.
Yeah.
You're not just a guy that was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna ride this Bone wave because Bizzy Bone's a fucking legend and I can get a feature." You're a fan and you understand.
Yeah, bro. It's like, and that's why I say, like, I'm at music, like I'm at a phase of my career as an artist where I'm doing shit that I just want to do. You know what I'm saying? That I want to accomplish in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to do these things. I want to make music from my heart and talk about what I'm experiencing right now. And there's also and like, everything that comes out in the music needs to be like that aura. You know what I'm saying? It is the aura that I'm living in right now of certain dreams coming true and that transition, and you know what I'm saying, and moving like that as an artist is just like, like that's all I want.
I always saw that the fans were always, clamoring to have an East 99 style return, and I always thought, wow, there's a niche fill right here. If anybody can figure out how to reproduce that East 99 style vibe and feel, they could. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're gonna make a lot of money, but I'm saying it would fulfill that desire that's out there. So depending on how these things work out, you might have found a side gig.
Yeah, man. I'm just like I said, bro. I'm just trying to make music that I would want to hear. You know what I'm saying? That I would want to, like, because he gave me the opportunity.
Making the music I want to hear. I'm telling you right now, you making the music I want to hear. I've been telling Blais, I've been calling Blais Bone in private message for the last fucking like 48 hours.
Yeah, and I don't know. Have you heard? And this kind of transitions into the bone talk, but one of the, like, what we just heard there was excellent. Not reproductions, but in the style of East 99 and kind of Art of War, that first track. Have you ever heard the track "Stay Trill" by Trey the Truth? Because I feel like that one
is that with Krayzie.
Yeah, it's with Krayzie, and it sounds just like Mr. Bill Collector.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And up until getting those snippets, I thought that was the best recreation of the feel, at least instrumental wise.
Bro. Okay, hold on. No diss to Trey, but I think the best feel is the More Than Thugs.
Oh well, but that's Bone, right?
Yeah, but that's He's saying as far as like somebody that's not Bone, kind of making the Bone.
You're talking about, but I feel like the producers. I feel like the producers on the More Than Thugs kind of had a lot to do with bringing that, because that beat. It couldn't. Everything kind of pieced together on that song. You know what I'm saying? So it's somebody. There was another artist in there. It was just the producer. You know what I'm saying? He didn't speak, but he's speaking with those chords, those chords that they wrote on. But I feel where y'all coming from. But that one, bro, that's an underrated. I feel that song is underrated.
If I remember correctly, that's DeMizza, right, John? That did More Than Thugs.
Yeah, I think so. And if I'm not mistaken, he also did "I'm Coming Home," the original version, because I felt like that kind of recaptured a real good Bone vibe as well. Like I felt that real with the TQ version. I felt that peace in my soul, like in my heart, in my stomach. I felt good. I felt like I was with family. It was a real good feel. Both of those tracks, the More Than Thugs brought back that sound. And then "I'm Coming Home," the TQ version, just I don't know, man, made me feel cozy.
DeMizza's got a long history with Bone. He's responsible for, a lot of huge songs with Bone, especially you think of like the Krayzie Bone and Mariah Carey songs. DeMizza was involved a lot there. The guy's legendary, and there's a handful of fucking legendary producers connected to Bone. You think of course, Unique, Romeo, Archie, Bobby Jones, DeMizza,
Tony C.
Tony C. Yeah, I was gonna say Tony C. Who, when you think of Bone, and I'm gonna just hit you with a bunch of Bone questions because you're a fan of Blais. Who's your all-time favorite Bone producer?
Man, I would have to say Unique, but also I don't want to say he's not a Bone producer, but he fucking killed this shit. Fucking Stevie J on fucking Notorious Thugs. Like that track right there is so, like, the actual production of it is fucking amazing. I know he didn't like do anything else, but that track is fucking, the production on that is monumental. But that fucking feeling, and then Unique, bro, with cause bro, cause growing up, that's the name that I saw. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like the producer that I looked up to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I found out about the other ones once I started getting deeper into music. But growing up during that era, it was like all I saw was Unique.
Do you remember the first time you heard Notorious Thugs? Because the first time I heard it, I felt like I entered another dimension. I mean, it was...
Bro, that's exactly. It was life changing. That shit was life changing, bro. I think I was in seventh grade. I want to say I was in seventh grade. I'm trying to remember where I was though. I know I was in Virginia, and I don't know if I heard it on the radio or if I heard it in one of those like teen clubs. I think I heard it in one of those those teenager clubs, bro. And when they played it, I think like everything fucking stopped. You're like, in my mind, and I'm like, what the fuck? And bro, and then it was like every day fucking, you know how I used to have to get my tapes and fucking try to record the radio and shit, and if you miss something, you know what I'm saying, you're fucked. So I would have to try to get the whole song. Bro, that's back in the, bro, yeah. It was serious.
I remember the first time I heard Notorious Thugs, I got the Biggie album, and I can't even, this is so long ago now, right? I mean, it's probably close to when Life After Death dropped, which 97 or something. And I remember getting it, and I didn't even realize fucking Bone was on it, right? And they're not on it till the second disc. And so I get all the way through the first disc. I'm a big Biggie fan. I'm fucking enjoying the album. And Notorious Thugs kicks in. And I remember feeling like this is some fucking Bone shit before it even happens. And then Puffy comes in, and Puffy does his little Puffy cameo. And then Bizzy rips it, and I can still remember I was in my grandmother's blue van with a fucking yellow Walkman on, listening to this on tape. And I remember hearing Bizzy come in with that smooth sound. And the only way that I can describe it to people is the hair from my shoulders down to my wrists stood up on my arms, and it was just a tingle, and I was like, oh my God. And it blew me away, and I still get that feeling. I feel the same way that you do about the production. He knocked it out of the park for somebody that wasn't a regular Bone producer.
Yeah, bro, that shit was hard.
Do you remember what was the first Bone song that you actually heard that made you a fan, that brought you into this Bone world?
I think it was First of the Month. It was First of the Month. I remember, I think I was 15 or was I 14 or 15? I think I was like 14 going on 15, and I heard it, like I think a friend put me on to it, bro, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? And it just became addictive immediately. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I started there, but then I started going backwards. Cause you know what I'm saying? Then I was so fucking into it. Then I found Faces of Death and shit, everything, bro. but First of the Month, that sparked that shit off.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the Faces of Death when you got that? Like, did you know that it was an older album, or did you think? Because I thought it was like it's supposed to be a new album. I didn't realize it was an old album. I was confused.
I found out about it like by researching it, like doing all the research and shit, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, this is like some exclusive shit, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how it felt to me. Like it was like some super exclusive shit. Like if you had it back then, because you couldn't like, you know, it wasn't like the internet shit. So, you know, it was like if you had that shit, it was like some real like put this shit up in some glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I fucking, it was raw to me. It was like, damn, like this was like, it's kind of like, you know, as artists, you go through transitions, and it's just like watching how they transition from this to adding everything that they added to become the fucking artist that they became.
Yeah.
That was the dope part.
And it let me know that they studied the art of rap, because there's a lot of rap. It's not so much their current style. And every time I listen to it, I just marvel at how much they knew that they don't even try expressing. You know what I'm saying? Like they have their own style and sound, but they demonstrated that they also were very proficient in just, you know, basic rap.
Beyond the harmony for the fans, we celebrate. In the videos every Thursday, so join